Welcome to Cooking with Jen. My name is Jen and I have for you today a meal that I'm going to prepare and hopefully help you do this with ease. We are going to be doing a barbecued chicken, we're going to be doing a turnip vegetable and potatoes, roasted potatoes, and English custard pudding. So I hope you enjoy your time with me and I hope you have fun. So here's my foil, and I'm just going to take a little cooking spray and spray that, give it a good spray. And then I have my potatoes here, russet potatoes. Okay, so here are my potatoes, and I've got 7 potatoes here, good size, nice and washed, and I'm going to show you how to cut them to make these baked potatoes. So simple. So we're going to just cut them, and the whole thing you want to do here actually is make sure that they're all relatively the same size so they cook evenly. I've got all my potatoes cut up here right now, and I'm just going to put it in a strainer and give it a little wash here. Get all that dirt out. So, almost done. That's nice and washed. Just dry it up a little bit. And then I've got these potatoes here, nice and washed, so I'm going to put them into a nice big bowl. Trying to keep the water out. And I'm going to add some ingredients to this. So I've got McCormick's roasted garlic and herb. And I'm going to use some of this. Actually, I'm going to use a lot of this. Just throw it on there to coat the potatoes. And I think I've got about maybe four tablespoons of this in here. I'm gonna go grab some salt. Okay, and I've got some sea salt here. I like using sea salt because it's a lot more natural and less processed. So I've got about just about half a tablespoon maybe of sea salt, and I'm going to grab some olive oil. Okay, and so here's my olive oil. Now your olive oil can be any kind of olive oil that you'd like to use. It can be extra virgin, can be extra virgin, or just plain olive oil. And I've got about a cup of that in here, and you want to give it a good bit of olive oil because when it's baking in the oven, you don't want the potatoes to stick to the foil. So I'm just going to use my hands here and give it a good toss. It's got to be covered really well. So if you look at my potatoes, you kind of have to have them coated really well. Okay, so I'm going to take these potatoes and put it on my baking pan that I prepared earlier on with the foil and the cooking spray, and I'm just going to throw these potatoes on there. Okay, so as I was saying, I was putting these potatoes on here, and you don't want to put too many. You want to make sure that it's layered in just one layer and they're not sitting on top of each other like that, because if you do that, you're going to have mashed potatoes instead of baked potatoes. So I've got about a layer here, so try and really spread them around. I got one layer here, and since I've got a lot more potatoes still left over, I'm going to use another tray prepped in the same way with the cooking spray, and I'm going to throw these ones on here. Okay, so I'm going to put these in the oven, and I have my oven set at 350 right here. ready to go. I'm going to put it in here. We've got one in the middle rack, and the other one is rack underneath it. They are just your normal turnips, and unfortunately mine have been sitting in the fridge for a little longer than I'd like them to, so I'm just going to cut off the parts that I don't really want, like this one here, and we'll do, and then normally in a turnip you would cut it, or at least I cut it up this way to begin with anyway. Take the top and the bottom off. Some big roots on this one. And now I'm just going to grab a potato peeler and give it a good peel. I've got my turnips all peeled, and we're just going to cut it now. And turnips are really difficult to cut because they're very hard when you're cutting them. So be careful and watch your fingers. So pretty much like an onion is how I cut the turnip. I want small blocks, so I just cut it in half like I did here, and then I would just chop it up just like kind of like you did the potatoes. You can cut them in long blocks like this, or you can choose to have them in smaller blocks. So I'm almost done cutting up my turnips, but I decided to go with cubes instead of the longer pieces that we had. So in order to do that, it's very simple. Instead of standing it up like that, we're just going to lie it down like that. We're going to cut through that way, and then we'll sit it up again. We'll put a cut in the middle, and then we'll just chop like we did the potatoes. And that's how you have your simple cubes for turnips. Just like